Today we're gonna learn about a new sound that the letter G can say, okay? But before we get started, I want us to look at these pictures and we're gonna try to figure out how we can sort these pictures by their sounds. So what do you think this picture shows?
Gems.
It could be gems or jewelry. This one it's gems.
Today, Gina Inzitari's first graders at Still Meadow Elementary in Stamford, Connecticut, are learning how to tell if the letter G will say its hard sound, G, like in guitar, or its soft sound, J, like in gerbil.
What's this?
Guitar.
A guitar.
She kicks off the lesson with a listening game, using picture cards to help students hear the two sounds that G can make.
And our last one is a gerbil. What does a gerbil look like? A hamster, right? Or a mouse, right? So we got to remember gerbil because in the story we're going to read later, it has a gerbil in it, okay? So that's a picture of it. So we can keep that picture out so we have a good idea of what a gerbil looks like in case we forget.
Okay.
All right, we got a bunch of pictures here. I want to see if there is a way we can sort these pictures. Does anybody have an idea of how we can sort these pictures?
By their sound?
By their sound. Good job, Blake. What sounds are we hearing?
J and G.
We're hearing J
And G.
Good job. So let's start to sort these in J and G piles. What picture you want to start with?
Gerbil.
You want to do gerbil? All right, so what sound do you hear in gerbil?
J.
J. So let's put the J on this side, okay? Blake, you want to do the next one? What picture? You want to do goat? What sound do you hear in goat?
G.
G. So let's put the G ones on this side.
By using a picture sort, Ms. Inzitari helps students focus on listening without worrying about spelling, building confidence in hearing the sounds of soft G and hard G first.
So now we have our gerbil, germ, gem, giraffe, Jim. What sound do you hear for all of those?
J.
J. Good job. And then we have gum, guitar, goat, gold, glue. What sound do you hear for all of those?
G.
Awesome. What letter do we know makes that sound G? What letter do we know says G?
G.
G says G. So let me write down G here. G, our letter G says G. But G also says G. It says J too. That's what we're going to be learning today, that G can say two sounds. G can say G
G can say J.
and G can say J. Awesome. So I'm going to put G can say G and G can say J. We practiced hard and soft C. Do you remember the two sounds that C can say? Blake, what's one? C can say S
And K.
and K. Good job, Blake.
Reviewing hard and soft C helps students make the connection to a spelling pattern they've already learned.
Now what I would like us to do is I need us to know how we even figure out when a word is going to say the soft sound J or when it's going to say the hard sound G. Do you remember how we figured out the rule with soft C and hard C? When does C say the S sound? Anybody remember?
E or I or Y.
Oh my goodness, Blake, good job. And then what about when C says the K sound?
It can spell cake.
Like in cake. What vowels do we remember have when it says the K sound?
A.
A is one.
A. E. O.
A and O.
U.
And U. Good job, Catherine. A, O, and U. So the same rule goes with G. G-E, G-I, or G-Y. It's probably going to say the J sound, right? We say probably because there's always some rule breaker that doesn't follow that rule. But most of the time, if we see G and E together, G and I, or G and Y, it's going to say J, J, J. So if we have A, O, or U, or any other consonant letter, like G and R, G and L, it's going to say the hard G sound. Now that we practiced the rule a little bit, I want us to read some words.
Ms. Inzitari builds on the sorting routine she began the lesson with. Students will read and sort words instead of pictures.
Are you ready to read some words? And we're going to sort the words if they have soft G sounds or hard G, okay? So we have soft G like gerbil. Soft G says J. Hard G like gold. Hard G says G. Awesome. All right. Let's start off with some words to sort out.
Go.
Go. All right, that one we'll do together. That's an easy one. Where's go gonna go? Who can raise their hand and tell me? Michael, does it make the hard G sound or the soft G sound?
Hard G.
Hard G, moving on over. Good job. All right, this one. Don't call it out yet. Who would like to read it? Blake, you want to read it?
Yeah. Germ.
Germ. Good job, Blake. Where should germ go? What's what?
To the soft G.
Soft G, because G and E are together. The G is going to make it say, what sound?
J.
J. Awesome. All right. So now we have our hard G and our soft G figured out. We're going to get ready to read our story.
Ms. Inzitari and her students are reading Ginger the Gerbil, a decodable text focusing on their new skill, the hard and soft G sounds.
Miss Greta has a huge chart with a list of tips to help us take care of Ginger. This is what the chart says.
Good job. I have a question. If we go back to this word right here, what was that word?
Huge.
Huge. Why do we have to say the J sound for huge?
And because there's an E at the end.
G and E are...
E-G.
G and E are together. It's going to say the J sound.
Now students get the chance to show what they know with a quick game of Word Detective.
So I want to see really quick, can you find any soft G words? Did you find a soft...
Be gentle with Ginger.
Gentle is one that's a soft G word. Do you have one that you can find, Aaron?
Giant.
Giant. Is that a soft G sound? Yeah, the G and I together make the soft G sound. We found a bunch. You all did so good today. I'm so proud of you. Give yourselves a pat on the back. Good job.
Reading Universe is made possible by generous support from Jim and Donna Barksdale, the Hastings Quillen Fund, an advised fund of the Silicon Valley Community Foundation, the AFT, the Emily Hall Tremaine Foundation, and anonymous donors. Special thanks to Literacy How, Still Meadow Elementary School, and Stamford Public Schools in Stamford, Connecticut. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to our YouTube channel at RU Teaching. Reading Universe is a service of WETA Washington, D.C., the Barksdale Reading Institute, and First Book.
This is Reading Universe.